Starting lineups. First, for the Newcastle Red Hurricane, under the direction of head coach Mr. Ralph Blundo. They compete in Section 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Clash of the Titans. And we are just about ready for our nightcap here. Game number 5 today between Newcastle and Beaver Falls. Good evening on a snowy, chilly night from Western Pennsylvania. I am Wesley Euler, joined alongside by Matt Fargo, and we got a doozy tonight. The defending AA Whitfield champions and state champions, the Beaver Falls Tigers, against the defending Quad A Whitfield champions and the current top team in the state and undefeated and ranked top 50 nationally, Newcastle. We are here at the birthplace of college basketball on the campus of Geneva College, and we are excited to bring you this one tonight on the Champ Sports Network, where champions are heard. Once again, this is the Clash of the Titans, Coach's First Cancer Classic. We were supposed to have 6 games today. 1 got canceled. Our first game was the Hampton girls versus the Central Valley girls, which Central Valley pulled out, and then the Hampton boys against the Central Valley boys, which Hampton pulled out. We skipped a game between Pittsburgh Central Catholic boys and the East Liverpool High School boys from Ohio.
6'5" freshman forward.
Then we picked things back up at 6 o'clock. Mount Lebanon beating Montour in a double overtime thriller, followed by one of the other best teams in the state, Mount Lebanon, Lincoln Park beating Kiski. And now once again we will have for you Newcastle versus Beaver Falls here on the Champ Sports Network. Starting lineups are being introduced now. Matt, what do we got to look forward to in this one?
Oh, this is going to be interesting, I think. Newcastle has been there and done that. Beaver Falls is not the same team that they were a season ago. Newcastle brings back a lot of their key cogs from that defending WPL Quad A title and looking for a third straight. Beaver Falls looking for a third straight. And the question is, can Beaver Falls overcome some injuries? They have some of their key positions and key players not necessarily in the starting lineup. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that from a Beaver Falls perspective. And then on the other side, Newcastle, Malik Hooker has been the bread and butter guy for this Newcastle team. The Ohio State football commit, knows how to play little hoops as well. And let's toss this one up and see how the final game of this Coaches vs. Cancer Classic ends up in regulation.
Absolutely. Once again, as we mentioned, Newcastle 17-0, top 50 in the nation, and the #1 ranked team in the state. And they will control the opening tip-off. For Newcastle on the left side, Drew Allen gives it up top to Natalie. Natalie swings it to the right for Hooker. Hooker gives it back to Drew Allen. Drew Allen controls, kicks left, gives it to Natalie once again. Natalie back over to Allen. Inside pass up and good for Hooker.
Tic-tac-toe. Good ball movement from Newcastle's first offensive possession, and they're going to press the basketball here.
Now bringing the ball to the timeline for Beaver Falls is Dan Stratton. He kicks to the right side. 3-point shot up for Brandon Thomas, and good. Swished it.
Well, Newcastle works it inside, and Beaver Falls decides to take the outside shot, and they have the early advantage.
2 quick baskets. Now here's Richard. He hands it off for Hooker. Hooker will drive. Left-handed shot up and good off the glass.
For Newcastle, 2 points.
When I said Malik Hooker was their bread and butter, I wasn't kidding. He is their bread and butter.
You tell no lies, Matt.
He's going to get his looks, and you only hope to contain him. You're not going to fully be able to stop him.
The Ohio State football commit, which just tells you how great of an athlete he is here, 2-sport star. Now for Beaver Falls, tough shot up is Dan Stratton, and he gets that to fall.
Beautiful kiss off the window.
Good shooting here early, back and forth by the two teams.
They haven't missed.
Once again, first miss of the game comes by for number 34 for Newcastle. LeVar Ware, right-handed hook shot, just couldn't get it to fall. And now coming back for Beaver Falls is Dan Stratton. He'll shoot again off the iron, no good. Teams fight for possession, and now Newcastle will come the other way. Here comes Ware. Ware to the basket, right-handed, off the glass and in.
For Newcastle, 2 points for LeVar.
Little slice and dice.
Little slice and dice. 6-5, Newcastle leads early. Back comes Stratton again for Beaver Falls. one of the two team captains. He'll go right, head fake, drive, shot up, tough shot, gets it to fall.
Falling back off his left foot, able to get the baseline shot off balance. Beaver Falls shooting 100% from the field tonight.
Both teams having their way early, 7-6. And here comes a three-point shot for Drew Allen, and he drills it.
Three-pointer, Drew Allen.
So far, only one shot missed between these two teams. The birthplace of college basketball is being good to these shooters. Now here comes Atkins for Beaver Falls. Looked like he lost the handle on it, and Newcastle will take it the other way. It'll be Hooker underneath the basket. Throws it into his teammate Allen. Allen will move slowly down the hardwood. Bark out some instructions, look at his coach. And he'll go right. Stops, dribbles, looks. Gives it at the top of the three-point arc to Richards. Richard will go right. Takes it straight to the rack. Right-handed shot off the glass, no good. Beaver Falls grabs the rebound. Coming back the other way for Beaver Falls is Atkins. He kind of lost the handle on it for a second, but controls. Throws it across to Thomas. Thomas, tough three, shot up, no good. Rebound by Hooker. He throws it full length down the court, wide open is Ware, and he's going to finger roll it in.
Newcastle basket, Lamar Ware.
Oh, and now it's stolen off the inbounds by Newcastle's Natali. He gets the bucket and the foul. And he will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Great hustle play there by Robert Natalie, the junior guard for Newcastle. Stole the inbounds pass, got the lay-in, and drew the foul.
And this is what happens when you get nonchalant on your inbounds passes. A team as aggressive as Newcastle's not going to let you just have any given inbounds and be able to just toss it on in. And a big steal there, and great rebounding here.
Another steal by Hooker, and he'll just give a fancy behind the back. It almost looked like pass to Drew Allen. Drew Allen lays it in for two, and just like that, an 8-point lead for Newcastle, and Beaver Falls throws it away. You do not want to fall behind early to one of the top-ranked teams in the state, the defending Quad A Whippeal champions, and a team that is currently undefeated. Bringing the ball up for Newcastle is Drew Allen. Down low now is Hooker. He gets it back outside, but the ball is lost. Now they're going to say Beaver Falls stepped out of bounds after the turnover by Newcastle's Anthony Richards. But Beaver Falls, stepped out of bounds. Now Hooker will inbound for Newcastle. He gives it up top to Ware. Ware throws it over to Allen. Allen looks, back to Ware. Ware back to Allen. Allen will take right. Heads to the basket. Gives it back to Ware in the paint. He pump fakes one. Shot up off the front of the iron. No good. We're going to have a foul on the rebound. Looked like it was going to go to number 20 for Newcastle, Robert Natalie.
Number 20, Robert Natal, his first.
Robert Natal. That'll be his first foul of the game. Beaver Falls will inbound from underneath their own basket. Fitzpatrick brings it up now for Beaver Falls down the left side. He stutters. Gets double teamed, dribbles out of it, takes it right to the basket. Left-handed layup is swatted. I mean, just swatted by Malik Hooker. That thing went into the second or third row, folks.
And the stands here are raised. So if they were floor level, that's about the 7th or 8th row. And you said it, swatted right out of the atmosphere by Hooker. And the height that Hooker had to get to that ball. Beaver Falls off the inbound pass. Looked like it went off the foot of Javon Turner.
That'll be another early turnover for Beaver Falls. Their head coach, Doug Biega, has seen enough.
Biega.
Thank you.
I'm here for you.
He will take a timeout with 3:49 left here in the first quarter. In the last game of our Coaches vs. Kansas Classic.
We're Facebook friends. So.
Maybe you can get them over here post-game.
Only if they win.
That's true. Newcastle leads by 8 points, score of 15-7 as the teams break huddle here after the timeout. Newcastle moving from left to right, wearing their black jerseys with white and red trim.
I'm a fan. They're new age, but they're not going crazy. Like Montour's,
I like too.
Montour's jerseys with the just the yellow outline. Come on, guys. Give a broadcaster a break.
Trying to look like Maryland or Oregon out here. Now for Newcastle, controlling is Allen. He kicks on the left side to Natal. Natal loses the handle, though. Coughs it up to Stratton. Stratton throws a full court pass to Thomas. Thomas will control for Beaver Falls on the left side. Backing down his man. Gets it back to the top, out to Turner. Turner back to Thomas. Thomas, jab, step, fake, shot, up, and good.
The more impressive part of that, other than him hitting the three, was the fact that he had to tip it to himself to even begin that possession. 5-point game.
Yeah, jab, step, and hit the three with a man right in his face. Impressive play there by the senior, Brandon Thomas. Now up top is Allen. He gets it down low to Hooker. Hooker shot up, no good, but he's fouled and will shoot two.
Fouls on Beaver Falls, number 34, Donovan Jeter, his first.
Donovan Jeter picks up the foul for Beaver Falls, the freshman in there, 6'5" freshman.
Hooker.
That's a big boy. First shot for Hooker is up and true.
Into the lineup for Newcastle, number 24, Micah Fulina.
Micah Fulina will check in. The sophomore from Newcastle gets his first action of the game.
Number 21, Kian Gibson.
As does for Beaver Falls, Kian Gibson, the junior, number 21. Second shot for Hooker is on the way. Off the back iron, rolls around, falls out. Rebound controlled by Jeter of Beaver Falls. Now back quickly comes Beaver Falls the other way. Turner controls. Throws it to the middle to Stratton. Stratton will work, fake, spin, tough shot, off the front of the rim and falls.
These rims all night have been very generous to shooters, you know as well as I do, and continuing the theme here tonight.
Dan Stratton with a nice spin move, tough shot, man in his face, got it to fall, did the senior. Now 4-point lead for Newcastle as Fulina brings the ball up for them. Now controlling for Newcastle is Allen on the left side. He looks, pump fakes a couple times, gives it back to Fulina, who gives it right back to him. Now out on the wing for Anthony Richards. He gets it inside to Hooker. Hooker down to Ware. Ware loses the handle on it, however. Teams fight for possession. Both teams on the ground. Both bodies everywhere, and they're finally going to call a jump ball, it looks like. And possession.
Playing a basketball game and a rugby scrum broke out there.
Well, it is time. The sevens tournament was in the United States for rugby today. Maybe these guys were a little inspired.
Wow, look at that lead in.
We got all this. We got all the segues you could ask for here on the Champs Sports Network, where champs are heard. Now bringing the ball across the timeline for Beaver Falls is their captain and senior, Dan Stratton. He kicks it to the corner, but it looks like it was stolen away by Hooker. Now comes Hooker back the other way. He'll take a jump step shot up, no good off the front of the iron, but he'll be fouled and will shoot two. Foul's going to go to Danny Stratton. That'll be his second of the game. And that's not what Beaver Falls wants. Their senior captain with 2 fouls here already in the first quarter with still a little over 2 minutes to play. Hooker's first shot is up and swished for the Ohio State football commit.
Returning for Beaver Falls, number 24, Josh Creech.
Stratton will stay in the game for Beaver Falls. Coach is going to trust his senior. And the second free throw shot for Hooker is up and good as well. 18-12, Newcastle leads as Beaver Falls comes back here quickly the other way. Controlling for them is Javon Turner. He's going to be fouled. Foul's going to go on Drew Allen.
Number 3, Drew Allen.
That'll be his first of the game. And Beaver Falls will inbound to our left. Controlling now for Beaver Falls is Brandon Thomas. Thomas kind of lost the handle on that one there. Newcastle dove for the ball, but it looks like they didn't get there quite in time. And once again, Beaver Falls will inbound to our left.
Love the pace of this game. It's really Newcastle thought maybe for a second that they were going to be able to pull away, but Beaver Falls has been able to hang around.
And now teams kind of jostle for possession off the inbound. Shot up by Kenyon Gibson, no good. Beaver Falls grabs the offensive rebound. The putback looked like it was Jeter, missed that as well. And now Newcastle comes quickly the other way. Controlling now for Newcastle is Anthony Richards. He gets it to Hooker. Hooker takes a jump step, goes up to shoot, is fouled, and he will shoot two again. Hooker doing a great job earlier here of taking it to the rack, drawing some fouls.
That's what he does. He's a football player. He loves the contact.
Shooting 2 for Newcastle, Malik Hooker.
First shot is up. Rattles slightly around the rim. And
Beaver Falls, number 5, Deshaun Aiken.
from what we've seen earlier, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy you want to foul either. 5 for 5 here from the charity stripe already is the senior Malik Hooker. Second shot is on the way up and falls. Newcastle 20, Beaver Falls 12. Just a little under a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. Turner brings it up for Beaver Falls. He's going to slash right to the rack, but is swatted. Hooker again with another block. Now quickly back comes Allen for Newcastle. He'll go up off the glass and lays it in.
For Newcastle, 2 points through.
You get the turnover, you get the transition points. It's really textbook coming from this Newcastle defense. And now you can see the swagger come with this Hurricane defense.
Now they're trapping Beaver Falls out near half court. Pass goes to Thomas. His shot up, no good. Back the other way for Newcastle comes Hooker. He tries to dish it to his teammate Allen, just a hair too far. And Newcastle will turn over. Beaver Falls will bring it back the other way with 46 seconds left here in our first quarter. The junior Javon Turner brings it across the timeline for Beaver Falls. He gets trapped and double teamed. He's going to need some help. He's looking.
Over and back.
Yep, and it looks like they got him for over and back. He had just nowhere to go with it there as he got trapped as soon as he crossed the half-court line. His teammates took too long to come and help him out, and he went over and back. Controlling now for Newcastle is Drew Allen on the left side. He gets it inside to Hooker, who kicks it back out to Richards. Long three off the back, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hooker, right-handed shot up. Looked like it might have gotten blocked. And back comes Beaver Falls. Now is Atkins. He tries to go up with it. Looked like he got fouled before he could shoot. We will find out here momentarily. Oh, and they're going to call a block, so he will get the shoot.
Much needed points here for Beaver Falls. 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
The freshman Atkins at the line. First one rolls around and no good.
Now, Maverick Rowan does not look like a freshman. This young man kind of looks like a freshman.
He does. You're right. Well, we got Beaver Falls playing 2 freshmen out here tonight against the top team in the state. Talk about being thrown into the fire.
Yeah, without their senior leader, Elijah Cottrell, in the lineup, that's the big loss. And
huge loss.
Doug Biega says he could be out for the rest of the year.
And at the buzzer, an NBA 3 by Micah Fulina of Newcastle. Looks like they're going to tie it. Unbelievable hit in his face, way behind the arc. And he, to put a little more salt in the wounds of Beaver Falls, hits a 3 at the buzzer. So at the end of the first quarter, your score, Newcastle 25, Beaver Falls 12. Man, that hurts if you're Beaver Falls.
Yeah, it absolutely does. That's not the way that you want to end the first 8 minutes. And really, the way that the story has been going here for that first 8 minutes of play, everything falling for Newcastle. And it started like that for Beaver Falls. I believe they made their first 6 shots. But then things kind of fell back for the Tigers and did not for Newcastle, and that's why you have a 25-12 advantage.
We'll wait until the end of the timeout.
Great team defense so far by Newcastle. They've done a great job there in the first quarter, switching, covering for each other, crashing the glass.
182-466.
And you're going to think Beaver Falls is really going to have to, like we said, shoot well like they did in the beginning if they want to stay in this thing. Once again, 25-18, Newcastle leads Beaver Falls. Second quarter is now underway. Here live from the campus of Geneva College. And controlling now for Newcastle is Anthony Richards. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds in the corner, and that'll be a turnover. Beaver Falls will inbound. Dan Stratton, the senior, back into the game with 2 fouls. And he will control for Beaver Falls. Dribbles left, goes back right, cuts back left, finally gets it across the timeline. Gets a screen from his teammate, takes right, straight to the basket, right-handed shot up and blocked. Looked like LeVar Ware, the 6'4" senior for Newcastle, got his hand on that one. Beaver Falls will inbound from underneath the basket. Controlling now for Beaver Falls is Josh Kraish. He gets it over to Stratton, who will take a three off the iron. No good. We're going to have a foul on the inside. Foul on the rebound on Robert Natal. That'll be his second. So Beaver Falls, the ball will stay down here for Beaver Falls. They will inbound from underneath the hoop once again. Stratton inbounding. Gets it inside to his teammate Jeter. The freshman shot up, no good. Here comes Newcastle quickly the other way. Controlling is Allen on the left side. He gets it back to Hooker. Hooker throws it cross court. Shot for three, up and no good off the iron. That was Anthony Richards, it looked like. It was. He tried to save the ball. Looked like Newcastle had a communication breakdown there. Anthony Richards tried to save the ball, but it'll be over and back. And another turnover there for Newcastle. And Beaver Falls will inbound right in front of us here at the scores table.
But the Tigers need to take advantage of the turnovers.
Yep.
They haven't been able to do that. Newcastle's turned the ball over 3 times, but they've come up with nothing.
Nothing. Yep. Still the same score we had at the end of the first quarter. Beaver Falls, Jeter, tough shot from the left wing side, the freshman. So wishes at home. And that was some much needed points there for Beaver Falls. Now back coming is Allen for Newcastle. He's wide open, just going to take the long three off the front of the iron, off the backboard. No good. Teams fight for the rebound. It looks like possession is going to stay with Newcastle.
Yeah, it was
Never
kind
saw
of
a signal from the ref there.
It was a little bad communication there from our
Easy
Zebra
bounce
friends.
pass inside to Hooker, and he will score too. He made a nice little cut there, got open, easy as pie. Now back comes Beaver Falls quickly. Controlling is Thomas. He loses the handle, however, now, and now it'll be Hooker bringing it back the other way for Newcastle. He takes his time, looks right, gives it to his teammate Allen. Allen dribbles back to the center of the court, barks out some instructions for his teammates, gives it back on the wing to Natale. Natale back across for Anthony Richards. Long three, no good. Hooker got the tip shot, no good. Got his own rebound again. Looked like it might have gotten blocked. Got his own rebound once again, and he will be fouled, and he will go to the line.
At first you don't succeed. Try again. Malik Hooker does that. He's headed the line for 2 shots. Unbelievable, relentless on the offensive glass. This is the reason why Newcastle is the best team in the state. Allowing second, third, fourth, fifth, 28th opportunities.
He is all over the place on the court. Is Malik Hooker. Offensively, defensively, he's blocked shots. He's grabbed rebounds. He's, I would think, their leading scorer so far. Very impressive early from the senior who is committed to Ohio State to play football. And he gets the second one to go as well. 29-14. Newcastle now leads with 6 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Beaver Falls having some trouble getting things across the timeline here. Now they finally do is Javon Turner. He brings it down the left side, gets it to the corner for Thomas. Thomas's three-pointer is up and no good. Back will come Newcastle once again. The senior Drew Allen gets it to Richards, who pumps, takes it baseline, shot up, no good. A little too strong, but Hooker has it once again, takes it to the basket, looked like he got blocked. Could have called a foul there, but nothing. Back will come Beaver Falls the other way.
Absolutely could have called a foul there.
Dan Stratton, the senior, controls on the left side for Beaver Falls. He looks, gets it in the paint to his teammate. Looked like Craich there. Shot up, and he gets it to fall. Josh Creech, another freshman in the game for Beaver Falls.
Yeah, this is youth and experience. I mean, at its finest, this Newcastle team is, for the better part, the same as it was last year, and nearly being able to get the alley-oop tip-in, the rare alley-oop tip-in.
Yeah, that was Allen there for Hooker. Tried to get the alley-oop tip-in, just short. Now Beaver Falls brings it back. Baseline driving is Javon Turner. He doesn't get the shot to fall, but he gets fouled. He will go to the charity stripe, 4-2. as Matt yawns over here to the left. It's been a long day for the Champ Sports
You're my
Network.
partner in the booth. You're not supposed to call me out like that. Mike Osty would. Yes, he would have. Never mind.
And it'll be another long day here on Champs tomorrow.
It will. We'll go over the schedule at the break. I pulled it up so I didn't have to guess anymore.
Both shots for Javon Turner fall. And the Newcastle lead has been cut down to 11. Let's see if Beaver Falls can get a couple stops here. Controlling now is Richards for Newcastle. On the right wing corner, he's going to try a three-shot up off the iron. No good. Rebound was pulled down by Ware of Newcastle, however, but they're going to get him for a walk. Took too many steps, trying to position himself for the second opportunity. And it'll be a Newcastle turnover. Beaver Falls will inbound now. Bringing the ball up the court is Javon Turner as he talks to fellow captain Dan Stratton. They're trying to figure things out. Freshman Donovan Jeter's shot from the foul line is good.
I like the touch from the young fella.
6'5". He's going to be a big boy. I mean, he already is a big boy. He's going to be a big boy. Now controlling now for Newcastle is Felina. He gets it back over to the right wing to Allen. Allen drives baseline, gets it back to Felina. He'll take a wide open three. Shot up off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jeter of Beaver Falls. Now comes Beaver Falls quickly the other way. It is Thomas. Shot up, no good, got fouled. Looked like they're going to say he was fouled on the floor. Yep, that'll be the call. Foul goes on number 24, Micah Felina. That'll be his first. And Beaver Falls will inbound from underneath the Newcastle basket. Now controlling for Newcastle is Thomas. He gets it back to the right wing corner to Stratton. Shot up at the foul line from Craich. No good. Back will come Newcastle the other way. Here comes Hooker. Brings it to his right. Gives it to his teammate Allen. Allen over to Richards, who's not hesitant to shoot the three, and he hits another one.
Newcastle three-pointer.
The senior Anthony Richards has not been shy to shoot all night, and he has been knocking them down, folks. It extends Newcastle's lead to 12. Beaver Falls came back down the court quickly, took it into the right wing. Teams fought for possession. Referees are going to say off of Newcastle. Beaver Falls will inbound once again. And now taking it down the baseline, here comes Craich. His shot is up and good.
Two-pointer by Josh Creech.
Josh Creech, the freshman. Two freshmen in there for Beaver Falls right now, holding their own. Back comes Newcastle. Controlling now is Allen. He'll get it in the paint to Hooker. His left-handed shot up, no good, off the front of the iron. Craich will rebound. Back now comes Stratton. He'll take it on the left side. Gets triple teamed. Loses the ball. Now here comes Hooker quickly the other way. Right-handed shot up the glass. No good, but the rebound is tipped back in beautifully by his teammate and fellow senior Drew Allen.
Following the basketball and making sure that it finds its way through the cylinder. Again, this is what the experience of Newcastle brings. Is just the fundamentals are so tight.
They crash the glass, do a great job following those shots. Dan Stratton there gets a right-handed shot to go for Beaver Falls. And we are back to a 10-point game. Here comes another three for Richards off the front of the iron, and it's going to be no good. It's going to hit the top of the basket, and that'll be out of bounds.
Aiming for Allen Deep walking across the catwalk up there. Great job, as always, Allen Deep. He puts on this event. He puts on another Coaches vs. Cancer out at Seton Hill, and he also puts together the legendary Round Ball Classic, which is the all-star game held here right at Geneva College, and he does a fantastic job. These matchups every year are
excellent matchups tonight.
Yeah, they're marquee every year.
Yep. Right-handed shot up for Stratton. Once again, gets it to go, and that lead is now back down to single digits, but it might not last long. Oh, no, losing the ball at the rim was Drew Allen for Newcastle. Back will come Beaver Falls quickly. Thomas takes, controls, left wing shot, no good. Rebound comes to Newcastle. Back comes Allen again quickly. He wants it. Drives left. Shot up, no good. But he got fouled. Beaver Falls pretty quietly cutting this lead down to 8 points. This is the closest it's been in a while. 2 minutes left here until halftime. But Drew Allen
2 for Newcastle.
will go to the line for Newcastle. First shot is up and good.
And for Beaver Falls, if they can keep it within 10, headed into the locker room, anything's possible. We've seen it multiple times. Hampton and Central Valley, that game was headed towards a blowout, and then the comeback was on, and obviously Hampton ended up pulling out and winning by 20, but still anything's possible if you can go into the half. You can't have a big run by Newcastle here, though.
And another tough shot goes for Beaver Falls. Josh Creech, the freshman, making an impact here in the second quarter.
And it's not phasing him. You see those freshmen that make the shots and do the chest pound or some kind of celebration. No, go back and play defense. I love it.
Another three from Anthony Richards. Not shy to shoot him, as I told you. That one also no good. Back the other way. Here comes another freshman, Atkins, for Beaver Falls. Shot up, no good, but he got fouled.
Going back, Newcastle needs to become shy shooting a three. They need to extend their possessions. You're up. You need to wind this clock down, maybe get 1 or 2 more possessions. You shouldn't be just chunking up threes right now at the three-point arc or NBA range like that last one was.
Lots of one pass and shoot for Newcastle this quarter, which is not what you want.
You're gonna keep Beaver Falls in a game.
Yep. And Beaver Falls now with their third freshman, Atkins. Missed them both, however. Sorry, made the first one, missed the second one. And so now Richards, the trigger-happy three-point shooter, well, bringing up the court for Newcastle. Now inside is Allen. He's going to lose the ball. Comes right back to him, though. Gets it down low to Ware. His shot up and blocked. Looked like it might have been the freshman Creech getting a hand on that one. Talk about your watch list for next year. I got a couple players here from Beaver Falls who deserve to be on that list. 3-point shot up for Allen. No good, but the rebound comes to Hooker. He goes up, tries to put it off the glass. Doesn't, but gets fouled. He'll shoot 2 with just under 56 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Newcastle's current game plan is trying to keep Beaver Falls in this game. The only problem is they're able to get the offensive glass rebound. So it's not necessarily that they're taking a three-point shot. It's a shot or it's a pass that's not to anyone, hits off the rim, and ends up finding someone underneath. Hooker ends up getting fouled now. He gets the shots at the line. It's really I don't think this is how Ralph Blundo's drawing it up, but for Newcastle it is
so far it's working.
Somewhat working.
And Hooker hits them both, as he's done all night. Very good free throw shooter. Now the freshman Atkins once again gets it inside for, looked like, Kean Gibson, excuse me. His shot was blocked and will stay with Beaver Falls. 40 seconds left here. Ball comes out to Thomas for Beaver Falls. He gets it over to the freshman Atkins. Atkins dribbles in the right wing corner, swings it over to Turner. Turner drives baseline, spins, shakes, travel. Looked like they could have called a foul there. Got him for a travel.
Yeah, and it was the official that was way out here by center court with us.
That's the one that, as a fan, makes you very frustrated.
And as an eye doctor, very proud.
So 20 seconds left to go here in the halftime. Newcastle will take their time. Looks like they will play for the last shot. Controlling now is Micah Fulina, the sophomore point guard. He barks out some instructions for his teammates. 10 seconds left now. Kicks it to the right wing side to Richards. Now it goes over to Allen. Allen back to Richards, who will take another three. Shot up and good. At the buzzer, that'll be it. Anthony Richards hits another three, does the senior. And at halftime, your score, Newcastle 40, Beaver Falls 28.
I said if Beaver Falls was able to keep it within 10, they'd be in good shape. Not 12. We'll see what happens, but that three's a killer. You said it. That's 2 quarters in a row that Newcastle's able to hit a three at the buzzer, and those are
6-point swing right there.
That's huge.
That's huge.
So
especially when you're playing the top-ranked team in the state and undefeated
you
team.
need every break you could get,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
right now Beaver Falls isn't getting those breaks.
Absolutely, and that, like you said, that does not bode well for their chances in the long run, but still plenty of basketball left to play here. From the birthplace of college basketball on the campus of
And the
Geneva College.
birthplace of Champ Sports Network, by the way.
Yeah?
First broadcast on Champ Sports Network was right here at Geneva College from that press box up there. It was a Lincoln Park game back in 2009, January of 2009.
I was still in high school.
Same.
Sitting here next to Mr. Young Entrepreneur himself.
Oh, brother, we're going to commercial break now.
We will be right back here on the campus of Geneva College at the Coaches vs. Cancer Classic. Once again, your halftime score is Newcastle 40, Beaver Falls 28. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Clash of the Titans, the Coaches vs. Cancer Challenge. I am Wes Euler, joined once again by Matt Fargo, Mr. Been Here All Day himself. And we had ourselves a little bit of everything in that first half. We had two teams get out to a very hot start. I'd say probably the first 10, 12 shots. I think there was only one miss between the two teams. Then we really saw Newcastle kind of implement their style, how they wanted to play. Everything was going their way. But then towards the end, Beaver Falls, they cut it close there a little bit, but they just weren't able to finish in the offensive end. Newcastle leads by 12 at halftime, 40-28. What are we looking for here in the second half, Matt?
Well, Newcastle needs to settle things down. If they want to run away with this, which they easily can do in this second half, they need to take longer possessions with the basketball, make smart, high-percentage shot selections, and really let Beaver Falls self-implode on their own. Because if they get down any more, they're going to have to rush the shots. They're going to have to take the three-pointer, and things aren't going to go that way. And when you got a young team and two freshmen that are on the floor at any given time, that's a team that mentally, if you get down by any more, are you going to be able to really rein yourself in mentally? So as far as Newcastle is concerned, that's what they need to do. For Beaver Falls, just up your game on the glass. Right. If you can up your game on the glass right now, this game could change dramatically. Make Newcastle a one-and-done offensive team where they get one shot, 9 times out of 10, as we saw in the first half. That's a three-pointer. Yeah. If they get one, go down.
Make that their only shot.
Yeah. So that's but I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not Mike Osti either.
Beaver Falls will get us going here with possession. Bringing the ball up for them is Thomas. He throws it in the middle to Turner, who will drive. Left-handed shot up off the front of the iron and in. Tough shot there for the junior Javon Turner. Got the friendly roll on the front of the glass, and we are back to a 10-point game. But here comes Newcastle. Controlling now for them is Allen. He throws it to the three-point trigger-happy Anthony Richards on the right side. Gives it back to Allen, who takes his own three off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound. Grab by Beaver Falls. Now for Beaver Falls, here comes the captain and senior Dan Stratton. He'll take it just outside of the arc. He'll backpedal a couple steps. Calls for a screen. Gets it. Goes right. Stops. Loses the handle a little bit. Now throws it inside to Donovan Jeter. Shot up off the back iron. No good for Jeter. Back for Newcastle comes Hooker now. He tosses it to Allen. Shot up. No good, but he got his own rebound. Now controlling is Hooker once again. He kicks it down low to Ware, whose shot goes up. No good, but he's fouled.
This organized chaos of Newcastle, it works. It really does work. Confuses me. It confuses the Beaver Falls defense, but Ralph Blundo knows what he's doing, obviously.
That's a very good way to put it, organized chaos. Kind of reminds me of what VCU, Virginia Commonwealth, runs with Shock to Smart. They call it 40-minute havoc. First shot for Ware, the senior, is up and no good. So remains a 10-point Newcastle lead. Second shot on the way, and it is true. Once again, a full court trap here from Newcastle. 4 players in the backcourt, but Beaver Falls finds a way to get it across the timeline. Controlling now is Turner. He gets it to Stratton. Stratton takes right shot at the foul line elbow and gets the roll. Danny Stratton, you figure he's going to have a big half here if Beaver Falls wants to have a chance to upset top-ranked team in the state. Now here comes Allen cutting to the basket off the iron. No good. Teams fight for possession. Controlled by Beaver Falls' Danny Stratton. He'll bring it back again. He goes right. Gets it to the corner to his teammate Thomas. Thomas dribbles into some trouble. Gets it back to Stratton. Stratton will fake the three. Thinks twice about it. Will now take right. Pump fakes. Gets his defender off his feet. Shoots again. Gets fouled. And he will go to the line. 9-point game here.
Newcastle's number 3, Drew Allen. His third.
And that'll be the third foul on Drew Allen of Newcastle. So that is something to keep an eye on. One of Newcastle's best players, captain and senior, now with 3 fouls early here in the second half. First free throw attempt by Danny Stratton is off the front of the iron, no good. Second shot up on the way, hits the front iron and rolls in. 8-point lead now for Newcastle. As back comes Richards, and he'll hand it off for Allen. Allen takes right, gives it to Hooker, who passes quickly to Minock. His shot no good, but oh my goodness, Malik Hooker with the follow-through slam.
That's a high percentage shot. My goodness, that's the second one-handed dunk we've seen tonight.
Yeah. Both of those were, man, if we had some cameras in here, Sports Center would be getting some footage. Incredible play there by Micah Hooker. What an athlete.
You talk about
Malik
playing
Hooker.
above the rim. His chin was above the rim when that went in.
And now he'll come back the other way. Alley-oop, lays it off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound and puts that in. And the impressive part about that is he's not insanely tall. He's 6'1". But man, he can jump out of the gym.
And he's not going to college to play basketball, isn't it? It seems like it's a crime.
Well, we'll see if Thad Mata has anything to say about that. He throws it down to Drew Allen, who lays it in. And just like that, Newcastle opens up a 14-point lead. Beaver Falls has seen enough, and they will take a timeout here to try and stop the bleeding.
I gave you two scenarios at the break, and we're seeing scenario one play itself out. Newcastle is playing right now with not only physically but mentally right now with Beaver Falls, and getting a turnover, lead pass ahead. Those dunks, they are just so emotionally draining. And when you do that and you can do it consistently, Malik Hooker is going to have himself a heck of a second half. By the way, he had 16 coming in to this third quarter.
Yeah, depending on how much he plays here in the second half, he could be pushing 30 by the time we're done with all this.
Turned down for what?
Turned down for what? Here, game number 5, our nightcap.
6 more on tap on Champs tomorrow. Starting bright and early at Montour, 11 a.m.
I will be on the call for some of those. 1 or 2 of those, we'll see.
I thought you were going to do all 6.
Oh, yeah? You want me to? All right.
I almost want to see if it's possible.
Just as long as I get cheats after the game, we'll
There
call
we
it
go.
even. Here comes Donovan Jeter, the freshman for Beaver Falls. Throws a cross court to Thomas. He'll take a tough shot. No good. Off the glass. Teams fight for possession. Thomas gets the save. Gets it to his teammate, Javon Turner. He went up to the basket, but it looked like it was held onto by a Newcastle player. They'll call jump ball. And Newcastle will take over on possession. Looked like it might have been, once again, Malik Hooker getting involved there. I think he got his hand on that ball. Pulled Turner down. And we had a jump ball. Now back will come Newcastle. In the corner, controlling is Allen. He gets it inside to Hooker. Shot off the boards, no good. But the rebound pulled down by his teammate, LeVar Ware. And that shot, that putback is good. Back comes Beaver Falls.
Newcastle's red, black, and white, but they're also very green because they're recycling well.
You're just killing it tonight. I'll tell you what, at their game 5 of 5 here, you got all the
Mike
all
wrote
the
him
good
down
ones
for
to
me.
look. We're giving him a lot of credit on these past 2 broadcasts.
I know.
I hope he's not listening.
He's definitely not.
Donovan Jeter, the freshman for Beaver Falls, goes up for the shot. Looked like it might have gotten blocked. The refs call a foul.
Number 20, Robert Natal.
And the 6'5" freshman, who we've talked about a couple times tonight, will shoot 2. First shot is up on the way off the back iron, no good.
Returning for Beaver Falls, number 5, Deshaun Aikens.
Nashawn Aikens into the game now for Beaver Falls, another freshman. Beaver Falls now has 3 freshmen on the court at once against the top team in the state, a top 50 team nationally. It's honestly, to me, it's kind of even impressive that this is even still a game.
And, you know, I was kind of saving this for later on in the broadcast, to be honest with you, but there are parts of this that are really, really good news for Beaver Falls. You're not going to play a better team than Newcastle this year.
Absolutely. As Newcastle's Robert Natal drains another 3 for Newcastle.
But at the same time, this young group, where you have, 2 seniors on the floor, 1 senior on the floor,
Just
depending
one,
on, depending on, oh, easy official. Almost got drilled with the head of the basketball there.
Malik Hooker sending another one into the crowd.
Almost into the official's head.
But you're right. This is definitely something, if Beaver Falls can keep this game close, this is definitely something this young team can build upon. And will be a learning experience for them if they treat it the correct way.
And you look at the landscape across Class AA this year, and there's not.
Hey, they're 9-1 in their conference. They're right there.
They are right there, and I think, being able to. I mean, right now this is starting to get Newcastle starting to pull away, but they've played right with them for the better part of 2.5 quarters.
If they had Cottrell, it'd really be interesting to see how this game
a completely different game. Cottrell really makes a difference.
Cottrell, yes. Anthony Richards, the three-point trigger man, tried to throw a laser in there to Malik Hooker. But that was not a Braxton Miller pass. Malik Hooker could not field it. And we will have Beaver Falls going the other way here. I don't even get a look from you for the football reference there. That's a tough crowd. You've been here for a while. It's okay. Now going up.
I was researching my next pun.
That's 2-pointer by Josh.
2-point layup there. Well, I guess all the layups are worth 2 points. Josh Creech for Beaver Falls, another freshman who we've mentioned a couple times tonight. Got a promising future in front of him. He's also 6'5" as a freshman. Geez, they got 2 6'5" freshmen. As the 3-point shot by Natal rattles in and out, but the rebound is controlled by Newcastle. Natal once again on the left side, throws it across to Allen. Allen inside to Ware. Ware will pump fake, but he traveled. Took the bus.
Isn't that a cheer?
I think so.
Next time you travel, take a BUS bus.
That's how you know you do a lot of high school basketball games right there. When you know the cheers, the standard varsity cheerleading squad cheers, rebound that basketball. That's when you know.
Oh, that was
good. You've been
good.
Involved in a lot of high school games. Our crowd is starting to thin. It's still a good crowd here, but starting to thin out.
The one that's thinning out is the one on the air.
No, it's past their bedtime. As Hooker takes a baseline jump step up off the glass, too easy. Man, is he an athlete.
Man among boys, really is.
Kind of looks like me playing pond hockey out there with my friends.
Wow.
I'm Malik Hooker, obviously, And they are the freshmen with potential. As one of those freshmen, Donovan Jeter controls in the paint, kicks it outside to Javon Turner. Tough shot up, no good. Jeter fights for the rebound. Inside with Ware. Ware controls but throws it right to Craich, who lays it in.
Beaver Falls, that basket by Josh Creech.
16-point lead now for Newcastle. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Beaver Falls trying to keep it respectable, trying to keep it close. Hooker takes it inside, kicks it out. Now controlled by Felina. Back to Natal. Natal back to Felina. He crosses over, tries to go left, gives it back to Felina. His three up on the way, rattles around, no good. Beaver Falls will pull down the rebound. Got to capitalize here on Newcastle's missed shots if you want to keep this close. Just over a minute left here in the third quarter as Turner controls for Beaver Falls. He throws a cross court to Atkins, the freshman. He goes, cuts to the basket. Tough shot off the glass. Couldn't get it to roll. Back quickly comes Newcastle the other way. Here comes Natal. He'll take it in left hand off the rim. No good. But offensive rebound pulled down by Ware. He'll fake, kick it outside to Richards, who's never a shot to shoot the three, but he misses this time. They're going to say the rebound went off the hands of Hooker.
Doug Viegas yelling, rebound. Somebody, anybody, rebound the basketball. 3, 4, 5 opportunities off the offensive glass. This is what makes Newcastle so good, is because when they do miss, rarely, they're able to get another opportunity and another opportunity to be able to do it. I'm beating a dead horse, but it's the horse that's really been the one that Newcastle has ridden to an undefeated season to this point.
And the impressive part is when you look at their roster, they really only have one big guy, and that's LeVar Ware at 6'4". But they still have been just crashing the boards with their athleticism. These guys know where to be. And it's very impressive for a team that probably isn't going to have a height advantage on many teams they play this year.
No, and normally the biggest game is Newcastle-Hampton. Newcastle won that game the first time. One of the Luthers was not in that game. Ryan, who is a verbal to the University of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He's back, though. That second trip, Newcastle-Hampton, yeah, I might need to make a trip up to Newcastle for that one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Where champions are heard.
That's right.
Are there any food spots up there in Newcastle that could entice our trip?
Newcastle's the fireworks capital of the world.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought that was Youngstown.
No. That's Phantom Fire.
With a fancy between the legs move for Newcastle is Drew Allen. He'll take it to the rack. Doesn't get it to fall, but will get fouled.
Yeah, Newcastle, home to the two world leaders in fireworks, pyrotechnics and Zambelli, of course.
Okay, yeah. If you've ever been to a Bucco's fireworks night, you know all about Zambelli as the first one falls for Drew Allen.
I actually met Mr. Zambelli at a Pirates game a couple years ago.
He's got to be older, I would imagine.
Yes, he's quite. Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything that would offend anybody on the air because I don't know anything about him or his family. As Beaver Falls shot their chuck at the buzzer.
They do call Zambelli the first family of fireworks. And right now, we're seeing a lot of fireworks from the Newcastle Red Hurricane because they're up 55-40 here after 3 periods.
Matt Fargo was thinking about that one the past couple minutes, just waiting for it. As he mentioned, 55-40 here the score as Newcastle leads Beaver Falls by 15 points with just 8 minutes to play here, 1 period. If you missed it, you want to go over tomorrow?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can we?
Go ahead.
Okay. 11 a.m. Stowe Rocks, Aliquippa. This is the Pittsburgh Basketball Classic exclusively here on the Jam Sports Network. Tomorrow we start breakfast in Robinson. The Vikings of Stowe Rocks and the Quips of Aliquippa at 11 a.m. Then at 12:30, the Jayhawks of Jeanette take on the Colts of Chartiers Valley. At 2 p.m., this is my personal favorite game of the day. Undefeated Vincentian, who's averaging more points than 5 NBA teams. They're averaging 104 points this year. They play undefeated Obama at 2 p.m. So that should be fun.
Does the Vincentian have a little cupcake schedule, or they got the Ohio State football schedule?
Or the basketball schedule, for that matter. Big Ten basketball. They don't even want to talk about it. Real quick, Seneca Valley plays Beaver at 3:30. Lincoln Park, Hempfield at 5 p.m. And then we'll wrap things up. Seton LaSalle and the Spartans of Montour. Some teams we saw today. We'll see again.
Beaver Falls at basket by Josh Creed.
And you'll let me know eventually here which one I'm going to be.
Yeah, let you know tomorrow.
Hey, I need you down here quick. As Beaver Falls got a basket to open the scoring, but back came Newcastle, and once again it's Malik Hooker on the glass. And that lead will stay at 15 points. Let's see how much heart Beaver Falls has left in them here, folks, with just over 7 minutes to play. In the corner is Thomas. His 3 up, no good. Newcastle will control the rebound. Back coming for Newcastle is Natal. He'll get it inside to Malik Hooker. Hooker works his little magic, tries to put up a shot, gets fouled. And he will go to the line once again, where he has made a very comfortable living here so far this evening. Did you get a chance to see him play football at all? Malik Hooker?
I didn't this year. I watched him on TV. I didn't get a chance to call a Newcastle football game, but just looking at his stats, nothing really jumps off the page at you. From what I've been told from my really, really secretive sources,
Mike Osti.
It was more his performance at 7-on-7s that got him the scholarship.
Wide receiver?
Yeah.
Is he going to play wide receiver? Is he going to play defensive back at Ohio State? Who knows?
I'm probably thinking more defensive back. I don't know if he has height for – I mean, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Santonio Holmes made it work there.
He did.
He's not very tall, though. He's a bullet. Or was a bullet.
Well, Malik's proven to be just that.
Absolutely.
There he is
There
again.
he is once again with a little reverse move underneath the hoop. Gets another shot to go off the glass. 59-44. Newcastle now leads just over 6 to play here in the game. And Richards is going to tip the ball away from Beaver Falls. It'll go back to Hooker, who gives it to his teammate Allen, who will fly to the hoop, get fouled.
Last player to probably be able to start in the starting lineup at Ohio State in both football and basketball from Western Pennsylvania.
Pryor.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I think we got another one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people were kind of surprised when Pryor didn't even at least give it a chance. Who knows? There could have been some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Where they did. Well, there was some stuff going on behind the scenes. Maybe Coach Tress told him he could get an extra tattoo if he didn't play basketball.
Oh, man.
But we do not like to speculate here on the Champs Sports Network.
Speculation is heard.
As Hooker hits them both.
Oh, boy.
And now, 16-point lead for Newcastle. Tough shot for Thomas. Doesn't go, but there on to get the offensive rebound once again is Josh Creech, the freshman who we've talked about a lot here since the second quarter. He gets another shot to go. He has been the bright spot for Beaver Falls if you would want to pick one out.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Exactly call it a bright spot. And there are a few for Beaver Falls.
Yeah, silver linings.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, again, this is the best team in the state of Pennsylvania. They've proven it time and time again. I'm really excited to see the road the rest of the way with the Newcastle Red Hurricane because it's going to be fun to watch. But Beaver Falls, I think they still have an opportunity to win another AA championship.
Absolutely.
What was that?
I'm not sure. Just all kinds of craziness happening here at the birthplace of college basketball as Javon Turner gets a left-handed shot off the glass to go. And just like that, 12 points away is Beaver Falls with 5 minutes left here. Trying to cut things down to single digits, one step at a time. As Hooker takes the ball baseline, he gets double teamed, kicks it out to Natal. Natal on the left wing side with the ball. Throws across court to Richards. Richards inside to Allen, who goes behind the back to Hooker, who lays it in. Just another beautiful play between those two seniors. They've hooked up a couple times tonight for some beautiful dishes and some beautiful finishes, and that was just another one right there. As the freshman Jeter controls, passes to his fellow freshman Craich, tries to go for the shot, gets fouled. Freshman, the 6'5" freshman, will not. Sorry, he will not shoot two. We're going to say foul was on the floor.
The team's third this half, returning for Newcastle, number 34, LeVar Ware.
Beaver Falls will inbound from underneath their own basket. Inbounds pass comes to Thomas. He throws up a shot off back rim. No good. Rebound grab by Craich. His right-handed hook shot falls.
Really like the way this freshman's playing.
Me too.
And the fact that this game could be mailed in a long time ago, down 16. They cut it back down to 12 with 4 minutes to go here. I just love the way that Beaver Falls, Doug Biega coach teams don't give up.
Nope. And there will definitely be some guys on this team that will be names to watch for in the future for sure. Starting with Josh Creech. He has been a Creecher tonight on the glass.
That was coming. That was definitely coming.
He's in there against us. He's in there against LeVar Ware, a senior for Newcastle. He's been holding his own very well.
Beaver falls out into a zone defense.
And now Creech will guard Hooker. This should be fun to watch as another three is on the way for Newcastle. No good. Too much power.
I don't understand
why you're shooting threes at this point. Yeah.
That's where I'm going with that.
Especially when you got a guy inside like Hooker who has just been having his way all night. Get those easy baskets. But, hey, they don't pay us to coach Newcastle, so.
They're doing all right. Whoa, the big fella.
As the big fella, the other big freshman, one of the two, if we can call them twin towers here for Beaver Falls. Donovan Jeter steps out and knocks down a three. And just like that, it's a 9-point game with just over 3 minutes to play here.
Hold the phone. We've had double overtime already.
I'm going to see if I can, if I can coin that before they become juniors and seniors and well-known. Josh Creech and Donovan Jeter, the twin towers, the freshmen for Beaver Falls. A champs original here. I'm sure there's been two teammates that have been called the Twin Towers before.
I'm assuming so.
Hundreds of times probably, especially when there actually used to be big men in basketball.
So buckle up here, those of you tuning in. Hopefully you have a nice warm cup of hot cocoa. You're home and got a blanket around you. It's keeping warm. But glad you tuned in here to the Champ Sports Network, our presentation of the Coaches First Cancer Tournament. 9-point ball game.
Just a little over 3 minutes left here. Newcastle will bring the ball across the timeline. And let's see if Beaver Falls has any magic left up their sleeve. Looks like we'll have a holding foul here on Beaver Falls.
Way away from the ball.
Way away from the ball. That's not what you want. On the senior, Brandon Thomas, that's his first.
But only the fifth Beaver
shoot,
Falls, and that is another thing that amazes me with the youth on this Beaver Falls team is how clean that they play.
Both these teams really, there haven't been too many fouls.
No.
It's been, like you said, like you just said the word, it's been a very clean game. Oh, man, that's just not fair, folks. The senior Malik Hooker took our boy Josh Creech to the rack, and that's one he'll learn from, and that's just that's a senior on freshman crime right there.
Just driving right block, didn't have a prayer. Beautiful shot, and Hooker ended up on his wallet, still got the bucket.
As he has a couple times tonight. And he will control the ball now for Newcastle. Drives right, looks like it might have went off his foot. It did. Just a little too fast for his own good there. And Beaver Falls, once again, still only down 9 points. Sorry, 11 points. But still, they got a chance here to keep this thing close, keep this thing respectable. They just need a couple baskets. Just a little over 2 minutes left here.
And this isn't the reserves. This is starting five out for Newcastle still.
Absolutely, yeah. As Thomas takes another tough shot from the right wing, gets it to go, rolls around the rim and drops. He's gone to that spot just kind of by the free throw line to the right. That's been his spot tonight, has Brandon Thomas, the senior for Beaver Falls. And once again, it's a single-digit game, just under 2 minutes left here. Hooker takes it to the basket, tries to give it to his teammate Ware. Looked like it was stolen away. Back comes Beaver Falls. The freshman Jeter will take another three. This one off the back of the iron. Almost tipped back in. But here comes Hooker back the other way. He will finger roll it in. Beaver Falls got caught sleeping there. And that's not what you want. Once again, this leads back to double digits. 11 points, just a minute 20 left here in the game.
Hooker was debating whether or not he was going for another dunk or just the average layup, and I think he decided while in midair to just go for the layup.
Finger roll, yeah. Now here comes Jeter once again. Shot up off the back iron, no good, but he got fouled. He'll shoot two for Beaver Falls.
Well, looks like Newcastle's going to be able to get out of here with a victory, but hard-earned.
Absolutely.
Beaver Falls did not go away tonight.
Got to give them credit.
66-55 with a minute 07 to play, and here's the free throws coming. Ten-point ball game. Hey, we've seen crazier things happen.
Absolutely. Second
Back to
shot
9.
is on the way. Makes them both. Does the freshman Donovan Jeter. As my colleague Matt Fargo said, back to single-digit game here, but they're going to foul Malik Hooker. However, that'll be no one's in the bonus. No one's shooting and one, so we will just inbound here from underneath the hoop. Ball goes back to Hooker. He'll kick it up top to his fellow senior and captain Allen, who gets it to the three-point man, Anthony Richards. He controls, goes right, stops, hands it off to Allen. Allen will go left, lose the handle on the ball, but they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds by Beaver Falls. Inbounding the ball once again will be Newcastle. Ball goes to Hooker in the paint. He'll go up right hand to left hand. Nice little transition in the air. He just makes it look so easy. Those are the kind of plays you don't realize how difficult a play like that is.
It's flawless. It really is. It's absolutely flawless.
You see me try and score like that at the rec, and I'd be falling all over myself. He makes it look second nature. And once again, an 11-point lead for Newcastle. As the freshman Jeter takes it baseline, tries to go up with the shot, doesn't get it to fall, but he will be fouled. and one half of the Twin Towers will go to the line once again.
Still trying to make it click, huh?
Oh, I'm not trying. It's
It's going to happen.
no. We got to come up with something more original.
I don't know where Newcastle is getting the idea to foul here.
As the first one is true.
Yeah,
that's the last thing you want.
Right.
Them getting points with the clock stop. 10-point game. Chance to cut it back to 9 here with Jeter. And his second free throw is good.
Beaver Falls, number 21, Kian Gibson.
The big man will come out, take a seat. Subbed in is junior Kian Gibson. Perhaps a defensive tactic here for Beaver Falls. Down 9. Newcastle will take their time. 20 seconds left. Looks like Beaver Falls will be content with not fouling. And Newcastle might just let this thing run out, folks, as the gym starts to empty. Fans start to head for the exits. And that's going to do it. Captain and senior Anthony Richards is just going to dribble it out at half court. As things come to an end here, Newcastle will win by 9 points.
Final
score, Newcastle 68, Beaver Falls 59. Here once again from the campus of Geneva College in the Coaches vs. Cancer Classic. The last game finally wrapped up here, Mr. Fargo.
Yeah, we are, and you know what? Tip of the hat to Beaver Falls for keep battling.
100%.
That was impressive. 16-point deficit. I'm thinking this one's going to get ugly. We're going to go 20
there was a couple
plus.
Times where it looked like it could get ugly.
And Beaver Falls continued to battle back, and it wasn't, I really think it was Beaver Falls just continuing to be relentless and being able to get some big shots and some big moments, and this really has to make Beaver Falls feel good going into the rest of their schedule. Again, like I said earlier on the broadcast, Beaver Falls is not going to see anyone better than Newcastle, and it'd be hard-pressed to say that anyone's going to see anyone better than Newcastle in the state of Pennsylvania this year. My first time seeing them this year, I saw them numerous times last year, and they're better. They are better. And I'm excited to see not only what this Newcastle team can do in the WPIAL playoffs, but what they can do in the PIAA for sure. Just taking a look at the road ahead for both of these teams. Newcastle improves to 17-0 on this season, and coming up, they will head back into section play for the rest of the season. Be on the road against Seneca Valley before hosting Shaler, then traveling to North Allegheny. That was a very close, or no, I won't say very close. Newcastle won 63-41. The very close game is the following game as Newcastle will host Hampton. That was a sold-out gym at Hampton. I'm expecting somewhat similar up in Newcastle. I mean, there was a ton of Newcastle fans here.
For the weather tonight, it was a very impressive turnout.
It was. It absolutely was. And that is February 7th. I think we need to circle the calendar and take some cameras with us to see this game.
Absolutely.
Hampton and Newcastle with both Luthers in the lineup. It's really skill. It's really a skill versus some size and some big man between Newcastle and Hampton. I'm excited to see it. Newcastle will wrap up the section, or the schedule rather, against Central Valley in an out-of-section game. For Beaver Falls, they will have New Brighton, Mohawk, Neshannock, and Aliquippa, all games that they should win on the docket. So, if you're Beaver Falls, a 9-point loss to a Quad A team that's favored to win the WPIAL, if not the state championship, and then more than likely a 4-game winning streak headed into the playoffs. Yeah. Sounds like a dangerous team.
I think you're right on that one, 100%. You hit the nail on the head there. It should be really interesting to see how it plays out for them.
I will mention one of their losses, one loss in section, was to Neshannock, a 65-61. One of those games is to Neshannock, but it is at Beaver Falls. It's so hard to win in Beaver Falls.
A big part for them going forward, you would obviously think would be if Cottrell could get back. That'll be huge. That'll have a huge impact on how the rest of their season plays out.
I was reading some things. Doug Biega said he didn't know. He said he was going to be out for the year. So it's kind of up in the air on where that right now stands. But they get him back, they're
Watch
that
out.
much better.
Yep.
They're that much better, for sure. Rounding out the rest of the scores, those of you that didn't get a chance to listen earlier, Lincoln Park defeated Kiski School tonight 74-65. Central Valley fell to Hampton 64-54, or 50-45, I beg your pardon, 64-45. And then a great one, a double overtime thriller. Mount Lebanon defeats Montour tonight 76-70 in double overtime. That was a fun one. You got the chance to call. I was doing PA. And then Central Catholic East Liverpool, if you're looking for a score, there is none because it was postponed. So,
yeah, Liverpool, that's pretty far. Those guys had to catch a flight from England. They just couldn't make it on time.
The 45-minute drive or whatever that is. But we'll be right back here tomorrow. Well, not here, but
on the network tomorrow.
We'll be back on Champs. Some great games on tap tomorrow.
2 undefeated teams, all right?
Obama and Vincentian. I'm excited to see Vincentian. How do you score 100 points in high school basketball? Just
cupcakes.
That's what you'd like to say it, but still.
But you don't know, yeah.
You're still hitting.
Yeah.
But we'll get to find out tomorrow for sure.
We'll see firsthand.
But I think it's time to get out of here and face what we're going to face out in the elements.
The frozen tundra. That's going to do it for us here, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, this was the Coaches vs. Cancer Challenge here from the birthplace of college basketball, Geneva, the campus of Geneva College at Matheny Fieldhouse. I'm Wes Euler. With me was Matt Fargo.
I want to shout out to Alan Deep, director of this tournament, for
Thanks to Alan for putting on a great event.
Hospitality. We really enjoy doing this, and this is for a great cause.
Absolutely.
Everyone's affected by this disease, and thanks for everyone coming out because the proceeds of this event
absolutely
go to Coaches vs. Cancer, which is a really, truly great cause. So we're glad to help out here, champs.
Once again, the final score here on the nightcap, the Newcastle Red Hurricane defeat the Beaver Falls Tigers by the score of 68-59. I'm Wes Euler. He's Matt Fargo. Thank you so much for listening, and stay warm out there, everyone.